Yes, we're live, folks. Let's get this thing going. Fucking, got anybody here? No, there's absolutely nobody watching. Nobody's watching on a Friday night, but I'm live anyway. Hey, Mass Aquariums live Reef Tank edition. Oh, look, we got 4 people watching. Sweet, 4 people in the house. I'm gonna get the chat up. Hey, Fishy Snowman. You're like a live stream regular to all these. What's up, Clint? You are somebody. Abby Shake, you're watching. What's up, bruh? Brian Moss, what's up from Virginia? Daniel Wake, what up? Is that a black box light? Oh, yeah. This is a black box light. Um, I've been like dimming them left and right to try to do a cool live stream, but no matter what I do to the light, this is what it is. But I've never done a live stream in front of the 40 breeder, so I was looking forward to it. Fishy Snowman's working. Yeah, I worked all day, too, myself. Got home, did the kid stuff, baths, dinner. Now my wife's upstairs wrapping presents, and I was like, I feel like I need to do a live stream just for like 1 hour before the holiday comes. You know what I mean? What's up, Renee? Talk about the additives I use. Okay, the additives are salt and water. So I don't dose anything to this tank whatsoever. It's all water changes. 7 to 10 days, I do 5 gallon water change. So what's that? 10% is 4 gallons. So I do like a 11% water change every 7 to 10 days. That is it. There's absolutely no other additives going on here. Life with Aquarium, yeah, gold Pats, grumpy old man. IFG, I see you, my brother. Let's give a quick shout out to IFG who helped me with my channel banner. It's still a work in progress. I gotta tweak it. He knows what I need. I texted you yesterday. Um, but I am tweaking my channel banner. I am tweaking my channel a little bit, trying to get more regimented and scheduled. But IFG, go check his channel out. He does tons and tons of videos all about African cichlids. Cheers to IFG. If you hear this loud noise, that's my boiler because it's winter and it's like 15 degrees out. What's up? What's up, Alex? Renee, still here? Sean, yeah, do it. I mean, so that's why I wanted to do this live stream. Well, we got 25 people watching. Not bad. Let's get it up to 50, 75, 100. Share it. Hit the like button. Thumbs up. Share it, share it, share it. I wanted to do this in front of my reef tank. Yeah, those lights are so bright. Let's see if we can turn what happens if we turn the whites down. Well, that's a little better. Too much blue. Yeah, see? Too much blue. I'd rather just have it like on full blast. Not bad, not bad. We'll leave it like that for now. So yeah, I wanted to do the live stream in front of my reef tank because it's usually in front of my saltwater tank. If I can only get these lights to like, look, watch this, then that'll be pretty cool. But I wanted to answer a lot of reef tank questions because my 40 breeder is as low tech as you can possibly get for a reef tank, and I wanted to get everything out there because I'm starting up a new nano tank. Got rid of the 3-year-old 10-gallon, gone, new nano tank, and I just wanted to give you guys a better documentation of, a start to finish, never finish, a start to progressive small reef tank to let you guys know that anybody out there can do this, and I want you guys to know that you can do it too. So what do we get for questions here? IFG, clownfish, yes. Clownfish on the left of the banner, right where the A is. Life with Aquarium, I will get a close-up shot of my tank, no problem. This black box has been out for almost 2.5 years, iReef. Yes, Turner, I do run a wave maker. I run just a simple circulation pump, 240 gallons per hour, and then I have the Jabo. I think it's a WW or like a WP4. It used to be the RW8. Now it's like the RP4, WP4. But that's what I run on this side, just a pulse. I run it on really low. I run it on 50% power. And let's say there's 6 green dots that you can turn it up to. I only do the second one. So very, very low power. Thanks, Fishy. Yeah, I saw your comment today. Aaron, my boy, Michael. It's crazy. So I'm just going to call him Aaron just because it probably pisses him off. My boy Mike from across the pond, Aaron's Aquariums. Go check him out too. So many people on his live streams and on his videos call him Aaron. Folks, his name is Michael, just like me. Mike from Mass. He's Mike from Manchester. Or around there. You know, I don't know the exact town he's from. But hashtag Bellend. Time to relax? Yeah, Alex. The Nano is a high door, 240 gallon per hour, just straight circulation pump. No wave maker on that. It's just the use of the return pump and 2 nozzles that I can direct wherever I want them, and then 1 circulation pump. Nano Manta strip tank? No way. Montreal, what's up, Sandro? I was just over in Canada. I used to go to Canada every year to ski. I used to go to Quebec. Recently, I just went to Ontario to see Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. Besides the lack of options for beer in every restaurant, Canada's beautiful. Yeah, it does have an ice rink to it, doesn't it, Mike? I like that. It's better than like Miguel from Baldy Town. But Mike from Manchester, I like it. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Mike from Manchester, England. Bellin from Belfort, that's a good one. Turner, do I have any Euphilia? Yeah. I've got a ton, actually. Pretty much this whole tank is Euphilia. We've got frog spawn, hammer, branching hammer in the center right here, a torch, a bunch of hammers like way over in this corner. So pretty much, if you take a look at my tank, I have mostly, actually this is probably like an LPS dominant tank. I have very little soft coral, Kenya trees, a few zoas, but the majority of this tank, actually, you know, I should start renaming some of the videos. It's not a mixed reef, it's an LPS tank. But I have tons of Euphilias, and then the rest are all LPS. I don't have a whole lot of like leathers or zoas or anything like that. Brain, Recordia, a can, bubble tips, GSP is always easy. This bird's nest that I've been, oh, it looks so gorgeous, this bird's nest. It's like, it's getting thicker and the polyps are extending like crazy, but there's this cyano that's like coming right over the middle, like right there. It's driving me absolutely bonkers. Alrighty, let's get up to some of these comments. Grumpy Big Graybeard, thank you very much. Boiler 1999. Do not give up, whatever you do. My first 10-gallon reef tank that I had, I got marine velvet because I didn't quarantine. I didn't even bother to like look at the fish. I was just so excited. I was always putting fish in there, just like you would with any new tank. But it was a new reef tank to me, and I ended up getting velvet. I killed a lot of clowns, a lot of fish, not knowing I had velvet. Luckily, my boy Michael Aarons aka Aaron, aka Mike from Manchester, aka the Bell End, um, said, "You got velvet, man. You got to shut that tank down." So I went fallow for, oh man, almost 6 months. It was like between 4 and 6 months. I did not do anything to the tank, and it's a long time to wait and just have a tank sit there. But that's what I did. If I had known that now, I would have just wiped the tank out, bleached it, got rid of everything. But I had corals in there, and I didn't want them to die. I was new to reef tanks. You know, I didn't realize I could just replace some of the corals. They weren't all that difficult, but don't give up. You can do it. Long story long, don't give up. You can do it. What's up, Greg Jones? Dilly Dilly? Gregory, Dilly Dilly. By the way, Greg, Huckleberry loved those homemade dog biscuits Julie made. 2 thumbs up. Why do all my torches die and my other euphyllias thrive? Um, I've also had this problem. I had a beautiful torch right here, and it thrived for 2 years, and then all of a sudden started to strip away. And I think there's two reasons why your torches are going to strip away. One, another coral is touching it that it can't outcompete, and it's just going to sting it and kill it. Two is the flow has increased, and it's just way too much flow, and it's just stripping the thing to pieces. That's the only thing I can think of, because I did replace the coral that I had there with this coral, another torch. This is just a green torch. My last one was pink, and it's doing completely fine. But I'm not letting it get too close to this power head right here that was blowing the other one around. And I think once it just got too long, I just stripped it right down. I didn't notice it in time where it slowly was kind of like shrinking, where to move it, I was just kind of like, what's going on? And then I let it go. It stripped to nothing, just the skeleton. Very annoying. And torches are beautiful. Euphilia corals are absolutely gorgeous. I love them. They're so pretty. They come in all different colors, especially with the blues are on. It's awesome. But torches seem to be kind of like a tiny bit of kryptonite for me. 50% of the time they do great. 50% of the time, not so good. I talked to Corey, by the way. Corey, Dilly Dilly. Talk about my filtration system. Turner. Yeah, the GSP looks great. I love having the GSP in my system. Oh, look at all these. So, my filtration system. My filtration system. What do we got? 39. Come on, let's get it up to 50 here. Maybe we have some giveaways. Filtration. Very simple. Aquaclear 70, hang on back. The stock sponge is in the bottom, followed by GFO, thin bag. If you get a canister of GFO, I'm using about 1/3 of that can in a mesh bag. So, stock sponge, GFO, 2 bags of ChemiPure Blue, which is my carbon, and then a polyfilter pad on top. And that's it. Then it runs in. I have no media in my filter. I have no skimmer. I have no sump. Nothing. That's it. Hang on back. And I like the Aquaclear. You could probably go with an Aquaclear 110, but I like the Aquaclear 70 because of the flow rate and because of the space that you have in the filter to fit what you want. And you don't really need too much media in a bigger tank like this, because all your beneficial bacteria is going to colonize all over this rock, especially if you use live rock, it's already there. So if you use dry rock, once the tank's established, all your rock is going to be colonized with beneficial bacteria. It's so porous. I mean, this is your media right here, the rock in the tank. All right, let's track back here. Who's going on here? Yeah, you did. You told me a long time, Michael. Go Pats. What's up, O? Hey, O, your Christmas present is in the mail and on its way. Haji Pandu, thank you. So happy to inspire. I really do try to inspire. That's why I make my videos. You can do it. I can do it. You can do it. Oh, sorry. Mike, sorry. 3 months, not 6 months. Just so this is on record, Michael Aarons did not ask me to go 6 months fallow, just 3 months. But it felt like 6 months. Maybe that's what it was. He said, go for 12 weeks. And I just kept going, and I was like, what the heck's going on? When's the bell going to ring? When's recess? It's 3 months, 3 months. Rob, Sewell Aquatics, what do I think about a deep sand bed, or is it better to go bare bottom? I can't really give you any info on a deep sand bed because the sand bed in this tank is super shallow. It's maybe a half an inch. And the more I've done water changes over the year, the more sand comes out. My new 13.5, the Fluval Evo, is I'm going to go bare bottom. And I'm going to carpet the whole bottom with GSP, which is going to look sick. I hope. If it goes the way I want it to, I hope it's gonna go that way. It's gonna look sick. Michael, good night, brother. Love you. Turner, no, my water changes are not huge. 5 gallons every 10 days. 5-gallon bucket, salt water, water out, water in, job done. Yeah, I agree, Alex. Pelfrey, hey, good to have you come by, brother. I might not comment, but I'm always keeping up on your channel. There's a few channels I always keep up on. CJ's channel, I always want to see what he's doing. Pelfrey, I've watched your videos from the very start to now. I might not comment, but I am while I'm sitting in traffic or I'm on my lunch break. I'm catching up on everybody's videos, and you're always one of the videos I always watch. Oh, the Vermont double IPAs. Hell no, I do not like IPAs. I like ales. I like lagers. I do not like IPAs. They're too hoppy. Fill me up like crazy. Oh, we got 47 people watching. Hit that like button. Come on, folks. Merry Christmas time. If you want me to see your comment right away, go to Super Chat. And you can always hit the Super Chat, like it, throw your comment up there. And anything that goes to Super Chat goes right to my channel, to the fish tanks, to improving my channel, to improving the fish tanks. So hit that Super Chat button. What do we got here? On removing hard water stains, you can try hydrogen peroxide, or, well, not obviously if you're talking about the outside of the tank, try hydrogen peroxide, or sterile alcohol. You can try that, but you really need something probably abrasive if it's going to the outside of the tank. Oh, and Michael's still up. He said he was going to bed, but he's still up. I bet you've been looking at the Shelby Raptor. You need to move to the States to get one of those, buddy. Almost 50, yeah, man. So we got back down to 41. You know, what's weird is, like, you'd think some people would have like crazy amount of views on a live stream. So I've been watching live streams now for maybe a month. There's Rico's live stream, which is basically 24/7. So let's just call it Rico slash CJ's live stream, because Rico does a live stream from the time he gets up through the entire day, and then as soon as he's done, CJ comes on with the Reef Shack, and he's doing a live stream, and O's on there, and Dave, and DC Reefer. All these people are always on the live stream.
it's super fun to watch. I find myself at work, like, just, uh, I get 2 minutes. Let's say I got to break down a couple boxes, or like restock something, or I'm doing something that's mindless, and I'm like, boom, got to check out Rico, got to see if CJ's on. All these live streams, people talking all the time. It's fun. It's like you get to hang out with people that um, share your interest, but are all over the country. So that's what I like about a live stream, especially Rico's and CJ's, is they do like a Google live stream where, I think it's like 9 or 10 people can hit the link, and then everybody's involved. So that's cool. So I'd like to try to do a weekly live stream. I started off maybe last month. I was going to do it every 2 weeks or every month, but I think weekly, maybe Friday or Sunday. I don't know. We'll figure out the day. But yeah. Hit that like button. Come on, guys. Do I watch the Aquarium Co-op? Oh yeah. So that's where I was getting. Aquarium Co-op guys. Corey and Corvus, who is Joel. Those guys look awesome. So I got on their live stream the other night. They had the friggin' nice microphones, and then the screens was split, and the audio was amazing. The video quality was crazy. It had a beautiful thumbnail, like on the bottom while they were doing. So their live streams are really cool. You have Flip. He does a live stream once in a while. Steen Font, I think that's how you say it. He does live streams a couple times a week, and there's always 200 people watching. So oddly enough, I look at my subscribers. I'm like, oh man, I got like 10,000 more subscribers than Steen Font. How the heck does he have 200 people watching? What am I not doing right? Is it the wrong night? Do I not talk about the right things? What's going on? So comment in here and let me know what you guys would like to see live streams on, because I love, basically all my videos anywhere are live, because I just click the record button, shoot the whole thing, and I upload it. So it's basically a live video because there's no editing. The more the better, Mike. Thanks, Clint. Rico's Reef with Scott. Hit the like button. Yes, I do have Instagram at mass_aquariums. All lowercase letters. Yeah, I bet you're off to bed now. Peace, Michael. Yeah, so, see, like, that's how it happens. I got 42 fans right now. So there's 42 people that are fans of me that are watching me live right now. Night, Uncle Greg. See, he's just still not going to bed. So, what we're going to do is we aren't going to beat around the bush. I just want to talk. This would be a great time while there's not a whole lot of questions. Hey, guess who's starting a 120 disc tank for Christmas? Jonah's starting. Krista Bellend's in the house. I see him on Rico's all the time. He's around commenting. Cheers, dilly dilly, Chris. So, oh look, it's like perfect timing for these guys to be like right there, right in there. Besides that stupid boiler. 40-gallon reef tank has been up for, I want to say a little over 2 years now. And the growth is amazing. The learning is amazing. I only think what would happen if this had like, let's say a 20, even 30-gallon sump with the skimmer and the refugium and everything below it, how clean the top would look. Because this is just, so with all the rock, this has to be like maybe 30-something gallons of water. And I'm running just a hang-on back filter. I mean, I wish, you know what? Maybe in the future, especially with a big tank, I'll get an overflow box running down, because I have a whole, the whole space down here for a sump. I think it would be cool. 5-day girl, love the vids. Thanks, Daniel. Hashtag fish fan might get some more viewers. Well, hashtag it, Chris.
Hit that like button. Hashtag the fish fam. Do I have foam underneath that 40 breeder? I've heard that is bad with framed tanks. Yes, I do. I have a little thin layer of, what do you call it? It is foam. You know, it's like cooler foam. You know, that old style cooler foam that just breaks apart. It's a sheet, and what you do is after you build the stand and you put the sheet on, but you can't have it like flopping like crazy. It has to measure to your stand, and then when you put your aquarium on it and start filling it up with water, the weight of the water almost self levels it. So I mean, this tank is pretty much 100% level. Little couple shims in the stand itself. What's up, Actinic Aquarium? Cheap William. Cheap but good lighting for saltwater aquariums. I mean, you cannot go wrong with the light I have right now. It's a Mars Aqua. It was $79.99 on Amazon. If you have Prime, it's free shipping. It's dimmable. You can control the whites and the blues. Put it on a timer, and for that price to grow corals. Now, I do not, in quotes, have any experience with SPS corals and making them thrive. So I don't know that this light is good for SPS. I do know that you can grow soft corals and LPS corals, euphyllias, it's going to grow those corals. And I don't have this on 100% by any means. And they even make one that's double the size of this lengthwise. So, like, even that would be good to cover this whole tank. But that's the cheapest light that I would recommend to buy. I also run a Zoomed LED that's got blues and whites, 10K, actinic on my new tank, which I ran on my 10-gallon tank for 3 years, and that was like $35 on Dr. Frost's and Smith. That's one of the cheapest, best lights, in my opinion, to grow coral on a tiny, tiny tank. But these Mars Aqua, if you're first starting off and you're serious, everybody says go big, go home, because you're going to do it anyway. But if you're just getting started, these Mars Aqua lights are fairly inexpensive and will get you going and get you growing coral. And then once you've started growing coral, if you're really serious about maintaining the tank and taking care of the tank, you can always upgrade. But, I've had this light for almost 3 years, and I'm not upgrading yet. It's growing the corals I needed to grow. It's keeping the tank the way it's lighted. Even Mike came over from the UK and tweaked my lights a little bit, so it's always good to tweak your lights and see how the corals react. So that was a very long answer. Short. Oh, you and your 5-day-old. Sorry. Congratulations, Daniel. Merry Christmas, Kay. Russell, thank you very much. That's awesome. That I hear that so much that my first 10-gallon tank got people, confident enough to start in the saltwater hobby. That's awesome. Love that. Bruce Lee, what's up? What's up, Bruce? Whee! Lee from Germany. What's up, mother? Matt, do a nano tank. Yeah, I did a nano tank for 3 years, and I just broke it down, and I have a brand new nano tank right this way. I'm pointing at you, but it's actually this way if you're looking towards the wall. No, it's that way over there. I got a 13.5-gallon Fluval Evo 12, pretty much scaped, maybe a few tweaks here and there. It's for Rico's Nano Tank Challenge 2018. Hashtag Rico's Nano Challenge 2018. Beautifully scaped. It's got tons of depth with magnets that I've used to stick all the rocks to. You couldn't do this in a tank like this. I mean, this is just like make your scape, fill the tank with corals, and let the corals like show everything for the tank. Smaller tanks, the aquascaping is so important because you have to be able to use the tiny space you have and make it look bigger. When you have a big space,
You can plop everything in and coral the shit out of it, and the corals are going to fill in, and it's going to look gorgeous. When you have a tiny, tiny space, you need to make it look bigger. And how to do that is to aquascape and pick the right rocks. You have to aquascape properly. You have to use the angles of the aquarium. You have to pick the right rocks. You have to use slopes. You have to come, you know, basically as close as you can with filling the tank without making it look like overcrowded and it's going to explode. It's pretty difficult, actually.
Russell's got the Evo. It's 318 in him in the UK. Oh yeah, I know. 5 hours from now. So yeah. Oh yeah. Thanks for staying up, Matt. Is there anything different you do with saltwater versus freshwater when you go on vacation, like a week? Merry Christmas, William.
So Joel, nope, absolutely nothing. Before I go on vacation, so I do actually have a video, dilly dilly. I have a video on how to take care of your aquariums when you go on vacation, but I'll give you the long and the short here is you always want to do your water changes like 3 or 4 days before you leave, because that's when, if you think about it, when you do a water change, that's when you may forget to turn something back on. You may do something stupid because it's late at night, or you may be rushing because you have kids or other stuff to do. Or maybe it's just your weekly water change and you're doing multiple tanks, but you have plenty of time to go check all the tanks. You're there the next morning to feed it, etc., etc. So I always recommend you do your water change a couple days before you go away, because you don't want to do all that shit and then leave for vacation and then be wondering, did I turn the heater on? Did I turn the filter on? Did I do this? Did I do that? Did I do this? So do your water changes 3 or 4 days before you leave on vacation. That way you have the next 3 days of normal routine with the tanks, checking everything. So when you leave, you're comfortable. And if you have someone to take care of your fish and your tanks, then the best thing to do, I found, is to get one of those pill holders. You know, it says Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You know, it comes in a little strip of plastic, little tiny boxes you can open with the days of the week on it. You fill those with the exact amount of food you want fed in your aquarium, and that way the person that comes over or that's already there to feed your tank, all he has to do is be like, oh, what's today? Monday? Flip the M, dump it in your tank, and that's all. He's not overfeeding, he's not underfeeding. That's all you tell him. You say, don't touch my friggin' tank, just dump that in there. And if you miss a day, don't dump 2, just dump the exact day on that day. I had my 7-year-old and my 9-year-old take care of my tanks when I went away to Aquatic Experience for a week. My 9-year-old took care of my 2 reef tanks. My 7-year-old took care of my freshwater tank, and that's all I said. I said, hey, listen, every day, no matter what time of day it is, if the light is on, I want you to go down and flip the tab and dump the food in. If you don't do it, that's okay. Daddy's not going to be mad. I don't care. But when you go to the next day, don't feed a bunch of them. Just feed that one tab. Boom. And I came home, and the tanks were absolutely perfect. Now, if Greg's still listening, he might be upset. When I went to Myrtle Beach for a week, I asked Greg to come over and take care of all my tanks, and I didn't give him any directions. I didn't put the food in anything. I just said, come over whenever you possibly can. I know you're working hard, and feed my fish. And when I got home, I had dead coral. Greg, dead coral, Greg. Yes, you did kill something. I had lots of dead coral in this tank, and I had some dead coral in my 10 gallon. I don't even know why. Maybe it was because it was only, you know, who knows. Let's leave that there. Greg, you're Sherlock Holmes. Figure it out.
Peace, Carrie. What's up?
Hey, Lance. What's up from Boston, brother? How many we got watching now? 45. Awesome. Hit that like button.
Let's get a few more people watching. We're going to do an hour live stream tonight. Merry Christmas. Yeah, you go, Clint. Do it, do it, do it. Yeah, Greg, you did. Yes, Greg.
I absolutely knew that you could not take care of coral. But you take care of so many things. You have like a million trillion things on your plate. If Greg Jones had a plate of food and you think like you need steak and green beans and potatoes or whatever, and you're like, that's your meal, and that's what you need to like survive, Greg has like this ginormous plate for everybody, and he's got every little thing that he's got to do for the end of the day to make it all work.
Greg Jones, folks. Greg Jones. Have a Merry Christmas, Kay. 5 to go.
What, 5 to go? Then we're at. No, now we're back. So I wanted to do this live stream in front of the reef tank. If anybody has any questions on reef tanks, please leave them in the comments, and I will answer them, even if I have to answer them again. It's so. Actually, the thing I was thinking when I was upstairs, right? Dilly dilly. Is I went on YouTube, throwing some wood in the fire. I'm like, all right, let's go on YouTube real quick. And there's Corey and Joel are live, and they have like 179 people watching. I already talked about this. I'm like, so what's the point of me going live right now? Because even if some of the people that would watch me, it's Friday night. I mean, what are people doing? I'm the only one who's home. Fish people are home, most of us. Hopefully, some of us are out at the movies or at a bar or doing whatever. I have a ton of kids. Excuse me. And it's Christmas weekend, so we got a ton of stuff to do. Michael's going to be pissed I didn't do the Christmas video, but whatever. Mike, I'm sorry. I don't have time to do that. I have time to sit here and do this, but I didn't have time to do that. Sorry. Anyway, so who's going to watch me? So should I wait until Corey and Joel's live stream are over? Do I like search around through YouTube to make sure nobody else in the aquarium hobby is doing a live stream? So I ignored all of those instincts and just went live and said screw it, because that's what I do anyway. But I do have to try to get into a rhythm. So a scheduled live stream as well as scheduled videos is going to be really good.
About how many pounds of rock do I have in this 40?
I have 40 pounds, exactly 40 pounds. Well, give or take. I bought 40 pounds of Carib Sea Life Rock, and I scaped it with all 40 pounds. Maybe some dust or some rubble here and there fell off, but roughly 40 pounds, 40 pounds.
Jerry, tips on cyanobacteria. Do you have any tips for me, Jerry? I've done a lot of research on this. Cyano is there. It's literally millions of years old. This bacteria. It can lay dormant for thousands of years, and if you have too much lighting and too much nutrients going into the tank, not enough things in the tank to absorb the light, as well as not enough things in the tank to take in those nutrients. So let's make it simple. If your import of nutrients is greater than your export of nutrients, what you're putting into the tank is greater than what you're expelling from the tank, that is going to lead to a whole lot of problems. And the first thing that comes up is cyanobacteria. The second thing that come up is green hair algae. And then you have bubble algae, and then you have biopsis or bryopsis, however you pronounce it. It's absolutely ridiculous the amount of algae that can come about just by putting too much in the tank, not taking it out. So, I mean, that's a great topic, right? Anybody have any questions before I go on to that one? Brown algae, diatoms, that'll go away, increase flow. Go Nano Reef, Jameson. I keep freshwater tanks, so I'm a 10 gallon. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, you gotta go bigger. Always go bigger. Bigger, bigger, bigger. So, on that topic, this is a great topic to talk about. Hopefully, a lot of people can relate. In any fish tank, freshwater, saltwater, your import of nutrients has to be less than your export. You can't dump a whole lot of crap in your tank and expect everything to be fine. Your export is your filtration, your skimmer, surface agitation, corals, fish, cleanup crew. All that stuff takes what you're dumping in the tank and either uses it or does not use it. All that extra causes a ton of problems in your tank. So especially when starting a reef tank on a low budget or trying to keep it low maintenance, you have to stock it low. By that I mean fish. You can't overpopulate a reef tank with fish and expect things to work out. Now, corals do produce waste, so the more corals you put in the tank, the more they grow, the more waste they're going to produce. So you need to expel that waste. How I do that is by water changes more frequent and polyfilter pads. That, I swear by it, even though I don't know if it works like completely. I swear by the polyfilter pad. I love it. I use it in both my reef tanks all the time. But your major export, if you don't have a skimmer and you don't have a sump and you don't have all this water volume and all this chaeto and refugiums and media reactors and this and that, all this crazy stuff that costs so much money to remove and export these nutrients, you need to just do a water change, and that'll help. Gravel vac your bed, don't leave it just sitting there and mucking up. Clean off your glass, clean off your circulation pumps, your wave makers, clean off the filter. Like, don't just think you're gonna just take 5 gallons out and put 5 gallons in and call it a day. Like, just be diligent about it. Scrub off your wave maker and your circulation pumps with a toothbrush while you siphon the water out. So all that shit goes in the siphon and in your bucket. Then the next water change, do the same thing with your filter outtake and your heater. Then the third water change of the month, clean out your filter internally, squeeze out the sponge, make sure your GFO and your ChemiPure or your carbon or your filter floss and all that isn't expired or doesn't look gross. Rinse it off or replace it, and just do that every week. And I know it seems like a pain in the ass, but that is what will allow you to have a reef tank with a hang on the back filter as opposed to a reef tank with an overflow and a sump and a reactor and a skimmer and an algae scrubber and then the return pump and all this crazy stuff, which is completely fine. It's not crazy, but I'm just telling you what you need to do to have a reef tank with a hang on back filter. Water changes, water changes, water changes. Merry Christmas, Matt. Yes, nutrient control is critical. How many pumps do I need for a 75 gallon? I would say just two, maybe two RW8, or I heard everybody's talking about the Gyra, the Gyri, the Gyri, the Gyra, the Gyri, the Gira. Use those, and I think one on each side of your 75, going opposite. Make sure that they're opposite, and that creates that wave, and that creates that nice like boo boo boo, that like nice flow. Yeah, Pelfrey, you can do the 20 gallon frag tank so easy. 20 gallon tank, hang on back filter, frag rack, salt water, heater. I mean, the corals they can't produce that much waste like fish do. And you should be able to light that thing up. I would actually think as long as there's flow and sufficient light, your corals will grow, and then you can figure out the rest later. But, I mean, you've been doing this for a few years. You got this. All right, what do we got? Down to 38 people. See, that's what I never understand. How the hell does Steen Font get like 272 people watching his live stream? What am I doing wrong? Am I not big enough? Is my beard not like, is it too white right here? Who knows? But we'll figure it out. We'll get these live streams up. Share it, share it, share it.
Night, Greg. Thanks for all your hard work this week, buddy. For real. Merry Christmas. Oh, Palfrey's going for the beard trophy. Um, I have not trimmed my beard in a week. I usually trim it every couple days, and I've not cut my hair because my son's growing his hair out. My 7-year-old's like, "Daddy, I'm growing my hair out." So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna get a haircut either. So we'll grow it out together. It'll be awesome. And then as soon as he decides to cut his hair, then I'll just cut my hair. It'll be like cool bonding. Last time I had long hair was shit, 22 years ago when I was in high school. I had long hair, like down to here, legit. It was fucked up. Corey Gums, thank you, dude. Pound. All right, folks, what do we got here? 10:30. We got 38 people watching, 46. So here's your chance. I'm gonna do. We're gonna do an hour live stream. It's what I'm gonna try to do once a week, and I'm gonna do it in front of this beautiful 40 gallon, and I'm gonna do it in front of the new 13.5 gallon Evo, and I'm gonna do it upstairs next to the 40 gallon planted, and we're just gonna rotate through saltwater, freshwater, and then the new big ass giant 135 gallon cube that will be right here behind me. And I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with that tank, but I'm hoping it's going to be native fish. But that's undecided. Still might be a reef. Who knows? People are trying to convince me. Susan, Merry Christmas. Yeah, I know. I gotta get that Pelfry. I gotta get that cube set up. But I gotta get it down in the basement, and then I gotta leak test it. So I'm thinking I want to leak test it now in the summer or the spring, so nothing freezes and cracks, and then I can drain it right there, then move it down. I don't know. I'm really procrastinating with this tank because it's so huge, and it's 135 gallons with a 52 gallon sump, skimmer, the works. It's just really, really big, and it's a lot of rock, a lot of sand, a lot of corals, a lot of fish, a lot of lighting, a lot of wave makers. Like, everything is so much money, and it's the holidays. Uh, I'm not screaming poor or anything, but you have to commit to it. Once you're setting it up, you got to commit. So you got to have all the equipment ready. It's not just something you want to dump salt water in and cycle it with rocks and then have nothing else. No light, no filtration, no whatever. So if once I'm going to set it up, I'm going to commit to it, and then I'm going to go for it. Oh my god. Yeah. Palfrey. That was, oh man, I literally walked from right over here where my RODI is set up. It was a brand new house. We just moved in. Well, the house wasn't brand new, but it's brand new to us. And I had a short wastewater line. So what I used to do is I used to drain it into a 55 gallon brute. And one night I forgot I was making RO. I had no float, no float switch and all that. And then I was sitting upstairs watching TV, and I was like, oh shit, I'm making RO. I ran downstairs. There was like about this much space left in the 55 gallon bucket. And what I used to do is it's on wheels. Is I used to wheel it across the basement, and I have a walkout basement. So there's a door right there that I walk out to the backyard. But I usually only filled it up like maybe 30 to 40%. And then you can just tip it, and it dumped into the yard. Um, the whole time I was doing this, I was like, I definitely need a new way of doing this, but whatever. So now I got this giant 55 gallon barrel on wheels filled with wastewater. I wheel it over to the door. There's a lip about an inch, maybe like three quarters of an inch to get over. I go to lift it up, and the wheels give out, and I'm on the backside of it, and it just spills into the basement like a giant tsunami. Up the sides of the walls, everything's soaked. It's already like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh my god. I saw the whole thing in slow motion. I was like,
And yeah, so I was up till 5 o'clock that morning uh, with the shop vac. I was squeegeeing out the water. I was bleaching the corners of the basement to prevent mold. I mean, it was an absolute nightmare. Like one of my worst fish experiences on the planet ever. And I have a lot of fish keepers screw ups. I actually have a playlist, fish keepers screw ups, but that was one of my worst ones. It sucked big time.
It's a high door 240 Ariel. Rick Spencer, that is the Mars Aqua, and it is roughly about 18. I would say 18 to 20 inches above the very top of the tank. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna call it a night here anyway. J Dub, he got married. He had a kid. He's trying to run his own business with selling corals. And, you know, it's tough to make YouTube videos, but he's really doing a great job. Dilly dilly, Jay. All right, folks. I would like to thank you for coming by. One of these live streams, we're going to get like 200 people to watch. And what I probably should do is like schedule it and get everybody to say, hey, here's a live stream. It's coming up. Get ready. Are you ready to watch the live stream? But I'm like kind of sporadic and spur of the moment. And if I get time to do something, I'm going to just do it real quick. Or, you know, who knows? I'm sporadic. I'm crazy like that. But thank you, everybody, for coming by and watching the live stream. I'd like to thank all my subscribers from the very beginning till the most present, and I'd like to wish you Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year. Hopefully I'll get to put out a video before the New Year. Thank you everybody that comes by and watches. Thanks to everybody that supports my channel. You know, it really means a lot to have you guys come by, and even if there's only 40 people watching, you know, all 40 of you is awesome that you are here on a Friday night and watching my channel. So thank you very much. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.